Hi, my name is Stephanie Robbins, and I am the owner and president and CEO and all that jazz of Robbins Plumbing. And today I want to talk to you about something I don't even service. I want to talk to you about septic tanks. And it is a common thing. Do I call the plumber or do I call a septic service? And I think that's a great question because sometimes I even have that question. So let's talk about some signs that it could be your septic tank. But let's also talk about it probably could be a problem with your plumbing too. Slow drains. So this is obviously for our people who know they're on septic, but your drains are slow. Do you call the septic company or do you call the plumber? Man, that's a tough one, right? So if your drains are slow, it is an indication that there's a problem, right? If it's a problem that's a drain that's higher up, let's say your bathroom sink or your kitchen, but your tubs and your toilets are draining fine, it's probably not your septic tank, because how gravity works is non-negotiable. So if you have a kitchen sink that's draining slow, but your toilets and tub are draining fine, it's a problem at your kitchen sink. If it's a problem at your septic, it affects the lowest point first. Your tub is going to fill up with goo. It's the nicest way I can put that. Your showers are going to fill up. Your toilets are going to gurgle. But if it's a problem that you're noticing that's higher than those points, your bathroom sink, your kitchen sink, slow drains, which ties into my next topic, which is stoppages. So whether it's a slow drain or it's just not draining at all, let's talk about that point of gravity. So your shower is down here, your sink is up here. If this is backed up and this isn't backed up, you need to call a plumber for up here. If you know you're on a septic, it's possible you need to call a septic company for down here. But we're going to get into that as far as my recommendations. Is this plumbing or is this septic down here? Sewer odors is another thing. Sewer odors could be a plumbing problem. It could be a septic problem. Ultimately, it's really going to boil down to, when did you maintain your septic tank last? When is the last time you had it pumped and cleaned? Sewer odors are common without a septic and with a septic if there's an issue. So sewer odors could be that you have a dry P-trap. If you have a guest bathroom that doesn't get used very often, you have a hidden floor drain you weren't sure of that's under the washing machine. It could be something as simple as that. It could be that you hung a shelf up on the wall and drilled into the sewer line or the vent coming up the wall. That happens all the time. And it's like, it stinks, right? So it could be a plumbing problem. It could be a septic problem. It's hard to tell until a professional goes out there. But we really want to be mindful. How long has it been? That's what I really want to get across today. How long has it been since your septic was serviced? Keep in mind, I don't service septic tanks. So we have sewer odors. Water spots in your yard. Is it a plumbing problem? Is it a septic problem? Check your meter. So if your meter is moving and nothing is on, tell your family stop using things. But if your meter is moving and nothing is on, and you see water spots in your yard, it's either irrigation typically, because that's on a timer. It could be a softener, because that's also a timer. But it could be that your plants are about to be very happy because there is a leak on your septic system. So that's also that ties into the next key point. If you have overgrown grass or shrubs, things like that, you have this really incredibly green spot in your yard, This is the desert in Arizona. That's actually really hard to do. So you either have a leak on your plumbing system, or your septic is fertilizing some happy plants. You don't actually want that to happen. If that's the case, that means your septic system is about to be overtaken by a Palo Verde or whatever. Like, nature finds a way. So again, check that meter, check your irrigation. But if you haven't maintained your septic system in a hot minute, it's a key factor you really want to take into consideration. So you may be surprised to hear my recommendation. If you're in question or in doubt, is this a plumbing problem or a septic problem? If you have not had your septic system maintained in the last 3 years, I am absolutely going to recommend you call a septic company first before a plumbing company. And here's why. It won't be a waste of money. You need to maintain it anyway. So even if they come out and find, oh, you have an irrigation leak, or your water service is leaking, or you put that shelf in the wrong spot and drilled into the wall, into the vent system, it's still a good investment. You need to maintain that septic system. So start with the septic company first. When in doubt, and I know it sounds weird because I don't make any money from this, but start with that first. Maintain that first. If it hasn't been maintained, cleaned, flushed, pumped in the last 3 years, start there first. And a lot of companies, I won't even say a lot, but some, even if it is, they find the septic, they pump it, and there's a secondary stoppage, that main line, because like I said, that lower level, maybe it was a plumbing issue and there was a stoppage. A lot of septic companies have the ability while they're there to go ahead and clear that drain. So it's all inclusive, they take care of that. They're not, of course, going to be able to reseal toilets or find smells if it wasn't the septic, but they can, some of them run camera equipment and find if there's another issue, that kind of thing. But you won't waste money maintaining your septic system. It's an investment into that system. So if you're in doubt based on that list that you have slow drains that are on that lower level, not kitchens or bathrooms, but that lower level of slow drains or stoppages, a sewer odor that you haven't maintained. When's the last time we had our septic pumped? I don't know. That kind of thing. Water spots in the yard and the meter's not moving and you're confident your irrigation is good, and that overgrown grass. Make the investment into your septic system first, because that's an investment, not a waste of funds, versus sending a plumber out who says, oh, it's a septic problem. I can't help you. So call septic first if you haven't done anything with your septic in a hot minute. And if it's a plumbing problem past that, it was still a good purchase that you can feel great about. If you have questions, is this septic or is this a plumbing issue? We will do our absolute best to help you. You can reach out to us at 623-486-4657, or of course on our website at robinsplumbing.com, or our email at info@robinsplumbing.com. I hope you found this helpful.